Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's talk about what's happening with the Steelers right now. The team just wrapped up a crucial game in Dublin, Ireland, and honestly, it was a roller coaster of emotions. They managed to pull off a narrow 24-21 victory against the Minnesota Vikings, but the story behind the game is far more complex and concerning. The Steelers, as we all know, have been battling injuries, especially in their secondary, and this game was no different. It's a testament to the resilience of this team, but also a sign that the depth they've built, especially in the defensive backfield, is being tested to its limits. One of the most worrying aspects was the injury to wide receiver Calvin Austin. You could see from the moment it happened that it was serious. Early in the fourth quarter, after catching an 8-yard pass from Aaron Rodgers, Austin was hit hard by Byron Murphy. The play was intense, and Austin immediately fell to the ground clutching his shoulder. The scene was quite concerning for Steelers fans. He was ruled out right there on the field and had to be taken to a Dublin hospital for further examination of his shoulder. Now, Austin had a decent game, 2 catches for 13 yards, and he also returned 2 punts for 9 yards. Nothing spectacular, but his involvement was important, especially in a game that was so tight. But the injury to Austin isn't just a momentary setback. It's part of a bigger story of a team that's dealing with multiple injuries in its secondary. Already missing cornerback Joey Porter Jr., who has now missed his 3rd straight game with a hamstring injury, the Steelers had to adapt quickly. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. The team had to rely on other cornerbacks like Jalen Ramsey, Brandon Eccles, and Darius Slay, who were all on the sideline at different points during the game. Tomlin, the head coach, gave us some insight into the health of his secondary after the game, and it's not exactly the news we wanted to hear. He said that Ramsey injured his hamstring, which was evident when he was seen grabbing it at the end of a fumble return for what looked like a touchdown in the first quarter. Unfortunately, that play was overturned on replay, but the injury was clear. Eccles also had issues, cramping of all things, showing how tough this game has been physically. And then there's Darius Slay, who was cleated during the game. That's a term we often hear, but it's never good when a player gets cleated. It's a rough sport, and these injuries, though somewhat expected given the physical nature of the NFL, add an extra layer of concern for the Steelers moving forward. Despite all of this, the team managed to hold on and secure a win, which is remarkable considering the circumstances. But let's not sugarcoat it. This game exposed some vulnerabilities, especially on defense. The injuries in the secondary could be a serious issue as they look ahead. It's clear that the Steelers are fighting through adversity, and that resilience is a testament to their coaching staff and players. But what's next? Well, the bye week couldn't come at a better time for Pittsburgh. After a long trip back from Ireland, Mike Tomlin announced that he's giving his players Monday off. They'll have a 4-day mandatory break, which is crucial to allow recovery and to rest those battered bodies. With just 2 days of practice afterward, this week is going to be about healing and regrouping. Tomlin emphasized that this break is well-deserved for his team. They've been through a lot: injuries, travel, and a tough game, and everyone needs that time to recover both physically and mentally. The long flight back from Ireland was taxing, but the team's resilience shone through. It's a strategic move, too, because with so many players down, pushing them too hard now might do more harm than good. The focus will be on healing, mental reset, and getting ready for the next challenge on their schedule. Now, let's talk a bit about what this game means in terms of the AFC North picture. The division is incredibly competitive this year, and every win counts. The Steelers are hanging in there, but they're facing stiff competition from teams like the Ravens and Browns, who are also fighting for division supremacy. The Ravens, with their dynamic offense and strong defense, are looking formidable, while the Browns, with their solid roster, are always a threat. But what's interesting about the Steelers is that they've shown they can win close games, even under tough circumstances. That resilience might just be the key to making a playoff push, especially if they can stay healthy. Speaking of health, The injuries to Ramsey, Eccles, and Slay are going to require the coaching staff to get creative. It's a real test of the depth that Pittsburgh has been building in recent years. And of course, the performance of players like Austin, who is emerging as an important piece in the offense, will be critical in the coming weeks. If Austin's injury turns out to be serious, it could open opportunities for younger receivers to step up and show what they've got. The Steelers have a talented roster, and while injuries are part of the game, it's how the team adapts that will determine their success moving forward. Now, if we zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture, this game and these injuries highlight how important health and depth are in the NFL. The Steelers have always prided themselves on their toughness and resilience, and this season is no different. They're battling through adversity, and the coaching staff, led by Mike Tomlin, has shown time and again that they know how to get their team ready despite setbacks. But they also need to be cautious. With key players injured, they must make smart decisions about rotations, rest, and game plans. It's a fine balance between pushing for wins and ensuring that players are ready for the long season ahead. Let's also talk about the upcoming schedule. The bye week is a blessing in disguise, giving the team a much-needed breather. After that, they'll face some tough opponents, and staying healthy will be paramount. Fans should keep an eye on how the team responds after this break. Will players like Ramsey come back fully healthy? Will Darius Slay be able to recover quickly? And of course, the offense will need to pick up the slack if Austin's injury proves to be more serious than expected. The team's depth at wide receiver and in the secondary will be put to the test, and it's moments like these that define the character of a team on a Super Bowl pursuit. In terms of individual performances, Aaron Rodgers continues to be a steady presence under center, orchestrating drives and keeping the team competitive. His leadership has been vital in close games like this one. And let's not forget the importance of special teams, with Austin's contributions, returning punts, and making plays when needed. It's a reminder that every player, on offense, defense, or special teams, must step up when injuries hit. Looking ahead, the Steelers are in a position where they must be smart, strategic, and patient. The coaching staff needs to evaluate their options in the secondary, perhaps giving more opportunities to younger players or those who are healthy and ready to go. The team's culture under Tomlin has always been about resilience and fighting through adversity, and this situation is no different. The players, despite the setbacks, are still fighting for every inch on the field, and that spirit is what keeps fans hopeful. And speaking of fans, your support matters so much right now. This team has faced a lot of adversity, but the passion of Steelers Nation keeps them going. Every game, every play, every moment of resilience adds to the story of this season. And as always, the hope is that with some good health, a little luck, and a lot of heart, the Steelers can turn this adversity into a stepping stone towards their ultimate goal, another Super Bowl appearance. So, what does all of this mean for the division and the playoff picture? Well, it's still early, but the AFC North is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in the league this year. The Steelers might be battered, but they are far from beat. Their fight, their grit, and their focus on recovery will be crucial in the weeks to come. Fans should stay optimistic but also realistic about the challenges ahead. Injuries are never easy, but they are part of the game, and how the team responds will define their season. Remember, Mike Tomlin's leadership has always been about resilience and turning setbacks into opportunities. This team has proved time and again that they can overcome obstacles, and I believe they will do so again. The key now is health, depth, and a collective effort to push through these tough times. The bye week is a reset, a chance to heal and come back stronger. And when they do, the Steelers will be ready to face whatever comes next with that same fighting spirit Steelers fans know and love. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you think they can overcome these injuries? Who do you see stepping up in the secondary? And what are your expectations for the rest of the season? Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Keep the faith, keep the passion, and let's see how this story unfolds together.